seat, a bite to eat, and settle right in. For hugs, snuggles, stories, and more, and so many sweet things in store.
Welcome to Afternoons with Mimi.
Mimi! 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 Mimi!
Back here, kiddo. Come on through.
Where are you? The back?
Yes, sir. Come on out.
Mimi, Ema told me to give you these.
Oh, how wonderful. Seed packets.
What are we going to do with them?
Well, plant them, of course. I have some containers ready for us.
Mimi, is this your garden?
Sure is. Why do you sound so surprised?
Well, I guess I thought a garden would be like a garden. But yours is lots of buckets and things from the recycling with dirt and plants in them.
Well, anything can be a garden. Since my backyard is really just my old driveway, I grow things in containers. A garden can be a big patch of land for those who have it, or a grove of trees, or, like in my little house here, a little porch with a lot of plants, and a driveway, too. Plus, it's a mitzvah to recycle, remember?
I do, Mimi. So are we planting something today?
Yes, indeed. We are going to grow our own herbs for our Seder plate this year.
Really? Awesome! How long will they take to grow?
Well, some of them will start to sprout in a few days. Others we might not see for a little while.
What are we planting, Mimi?
Your mom sent over some greens, and right here I've got seeds for parsley, arugula, and a few other herbs, plus some celery and green onion starts.
I'm so excited!
You know, when I was a very little girl, my mother always grew the parsley for our Seder plate.
Really? But I thought you lived in a teeny tiny apartment in the middle of the city. How did you even do that?
Well, we had a little windowsill and a fire escape. And just like you and I are reusing some old plastic containers to plant things, my mother would rinse out coffee cans and fill them with dirt. We would set them in the sun and put our little parsley seeds right inside.
And it worked?
Indeed it did. But one year, our parsley didn't sprout and our local market was completely out of celery.
What did you do?
Luckily, our neighbor, Mr. Patel, showed us the coolest trick. If you put a celery heart in a tiny bit of water, it will grow roots. Then you can plant it in soil and new celery stalks will pop up.
Whoa! Can we try that?
Absolutely, but I need to grab a few more supplies before we get started, and you need to have your snack, too.
And my story?
A pre-gardening story?
Yes, please.
I have just the one. Come on inside. Come snuggle up and I'll read you a little something. Okay, this one's called The Carob Tree. The Carob Tree, a Jewish folktale, retold by Naomi Schulman and Danny Pauler. Illustrations by Sabina Hahn. Published by PJ Publishing. One sunny day in early spring, Tolly decided it was time to climb a tree. Not just any tree, but the big carob tree in her backyard. She loved to sit and read books and to chew on the sweet pods that grew there. On this day, she hid in its branches and watched her neighbor, Hannah, as she planted a sapling in the yard next door. Hannah saw her and called out, "Hi, Tolly." Tolly yelled back, "Hi, Hannah. What you doing?" Hannah said, "Planting a carob tree just like the one you're in." Tolly poked her head out of the leaves to get a better view. "It looks like a tiny stick," she said. Hannah replied, "True, but years and years from now, when you're all grown up, you'll be able to climb this one too." Tolly thought, "Why are you planting it if it's going to take that long? I might not even live here when I'm a grown-up." Hannah said, "Well, you might not climb on it, but someone will." And Tolly asked, "You think so?" "Oh, yes. Did you know that the tree you're climbing on was planted by my great-grandfather before I was even born?" Hannah continued, "So I'm planting for my grandchildren and their children and their children." Tolly thought about that too, but only for a moment. Her tummy was rumbling and Dad was calling her in for lunch. Years passed. Tolly stopped climbing trees. She grew taller and older, and Hannah's tree kept growing and growing and growing. Now, Tolly was as tall and as old as Hannah had been back when she planted that tree. And one day, Hannah's great-granddaughter, whose name was Annabelle, decided it was an excellent day to climb and watch her neighbor Tolly, who was outside that very morning planting a tree. Tolly waved up at Annabelle. "Hi, Annabelle." "Hi, Tolly." And Annabelle waved back. Then she asked Tolly, "What you doing?" The Carob Tree, a Jewish folktale, retold by Naomi Schulman and Danny Pauler. Illustrations by Sabina Hahn. The end.
I really liked that one, Mimi. But, we're not planting trees. We're just putting some seeds in buckets in your driveway. That's not really the same thing. I mean, we can't plant a tree for tomorrow when you don't even have any room for a tree.
Well, you make some valid points, my love. But planting for the next generation isn't about having a big yard. It's about having a big heart.
So even though your garden is little, are we also planting for tomorrow?
You know it, kiddo. Some of these plants are made from cuttings I've had since your Ema was a kiddo, too. And teaching you how to grow things is also a sort of planting for tomorrow.
Is it a mitzvah?
You know it.
Pass me the dirt. There's Ema and Baba. Can I bring them one plant for home?
Of course. Take this one right here.
Yay! Okay, love you, Mimi. I'll see you later.
Good night, Neshama.